Hello and welcome along to highlights of stage 6 here at the Simac Ladies Tour, the final stage which will see everything conclude 156.3 kilometres in Lichtenvoorde. Here is the site, oh my goodness, of Ellen van Dijk, just marking her retirement, as is Sarah Roy. Beautiful sentimental moments from their companions in the peloton earlier today. Here's a state of play as we came in, seeing the familiar riders on the front, including Ellen van Dijk and Sarah Roy, but it was Lorena Wiebes lining up in yellow, Elisa Balsamo second in the points classification wearing green today, and Zoe Baxted was wearing white, having taken over the lead in that young white jersey classification. Well, at 57.1 kilometres remaining, we had a lone breakaway leader in the form of Josie Talbot of Livellula-Jayco. She extended her lead out over 2 minutes from the peloton. Later on in the race, one of many, unfortunately today, we saw a big pile-up in the middle of the peloton. One of those riders was Marie Linette, who got caught up, as was Josie Talbot's teammate Georgia Baker. Most of the riders now up and on their way, but here was the sight of Josie Talbot of Livellula-Jayco being reeled in from her breakaway of the day. Such a brilliant solo move, but it was straight away countered, as potentially expected, by her teammate Jan Korovar of Livellula-Jayco, joined by Nicole Stegenga of AG Insurance. But the familiar sight of Team SD Works Pro Time shutting things down. We momentarily saw a move from Phoenix de Koning, but this was the moment that Leticia Paternoster, yet another rider from Livellula-Jayco, is making her mark on this final stage today. She was joined by Valerie de May of Volker Vessels, as we just saw this passage of the finish line with 13.8 kilometres remaining, but that peloton ever looming behind. We were asking the question, would we see any more big moves? This was Ellen van Dijk just waving to the crowd today. She had her family out in support. Beautiful moments for the rider that will retire now at the end of 2025. Everybody looking, poised to see where the next move would come from, and it was Floortje Mackay of Team Movistar that delivered. This looked like a very big move indeed from Mackay. She is the kind of rider we know can make a move like this and can do some damage, but once again shut down. Well, as expected, you got it, Team SD Works Pro Time, because Lorena Wiebes wanted to come in and take another victory today and that GC overall, but 1.3 kilometres remaining. Ellen van Dijk, job done. With 700 metres to go here, it was all unfurling in today's mass of bunch sprint, the final of stage 6 here at Simac. It was Team SD Works Pro Time, as expected, doing a lead out for Lorena Wiebes in yellow, but she jumped in to interrupt the sprint lead out train for Team Visma Lisa Bike. Here is Wiebes' second wheel. Megan Jastra with Picnic Postanel moving herself up. In the centre of the screen is the green jersey of Elisa Balsamo. Coming up behind her is Chiara Consoni, but leading out from the front is the sight of Lorena Wiebes. On her wheel, it was Ninka Veenhoven. A really incredible effort to take second there, followed in third by Balsamo, but yet again pure sprint dominance from Lorena Wiebes. Let's take a look at this replay. SD Works Pro Time doing their job on the front. A little look behind, where is Lorena Wiebes? She is in second wheel to Team Visma Lisa Bike. On her wheel is Ninka Veenhoven. Jastra moving up on her wheel, Elisa Balsamo. A big fight in that GC, but it's Lorena Wiebes just coming to the left of the screen, and look at the power unleashed by Lorena Wiebes. Yet again, no one has the answer, but the speed coming from Ninka Veenhoven was mightily impressive, as it was from Elisa Balsamo. Ellen van Dijk, oh, just crossing the finishing line in Simac, waving to the crowd, and a lovely emotional celebration there with her family. Just soaking up this moment. Here's hugs all round and celebration for Lorena Wiebes and her team of SD Works Pro Time. It's confirmation of the stage 6 result then. Lorena Wiebes, followed by Ninka Veenhoven, Elisa Balsamo, Chiara Consoni and Megan Jastra. Lorena Vives, the European champion, smiles all round as she secures the final stage of 6 in that young rider classification. It was taken by Zoe Backstead, followed by Kat Ferguson, and Ninka Veenhoven was in 3rd there. Here's the moment Zoe Backstead took that white jersey on the podium. A brilliant domination in the time trial on stage 5. Confirmation then of that overall green jersey classification for the points. It was Lorena Vives in the top spot yet again, followed by Elisa Balsamo and Megan Jastrab. Here's Lorena Vives just securing that points jersey, wearing green once again. And then the fight that we've had over 6 stages, that general classification, and it looks like this. Lorena Vives ahead of Elisa Balsamo, Megan Jastrab, Backstead in 4th, Vigi 5th, and Schweinberger 6th. Lorena Vives taking the overall yellow jersey at the Simac Ladies Tour. We'll see you next year.